More than 19,900 people die on Canadian roads every year, and thousands more are seriously injured. But here's the shocking part. Experts say many of those crashes could have been prevented with stricter enforcement and smarter laws. Now, starting February 2026, Canada is rolling out new driving laws that could completely change the way you drive. And if you're not prepared, a simple everyday habit could cost you your license. Imagine getting a hefty fine, losing demerit points, or watching your insurance skyrocket just for checking your phone at a red light, driving a little too fast in a school zone, or not updating your vehicle systems. These new rules are stricter, faster to enforce, and backed by advanced technology like AI, traffic cameras, and automated reporting systems. And here's the scary part. Millions of drivers don't even know what is changing. So what exactly is coming in 2026? And are you at risk without realizing it? Stay with me, because the next few minutes could protect your license and your wallet. Number 1. Stricter distracted driving enforcement. Starting February 2026, distracted driving laws are getting a serious upgrade across Canada. And no, this isn't just about texting while driving anymore. The new enforcement rules are expanding what counts as distraction. Even briefly touching your mounted phone, scrolling at a red light, or adjusting an app while stopped could now result in a fine, demerit points, and possible insurance consequences. Here's why this change is happening. Studies from traffic safety agencies consistently show that taking your eyes off the road for just 2 seconds doubles your crash risk. At 60 kilometers per hour, that's like driving the length of a hockey rink completely blind. It sounds dramatic, but that's the reality. Reaction time drops, awareness shrinks, and one unexpected movement from another driver or pedestrian can turn into a life-changing moment. What makes 2026 different is enforcement. More cities are introducing AI-powered traffic cameras and automated monitoring systems. These systems don't get distracted, don't miss details, and operate 24/7. That quick check at a red light, it could now be digitally recorded and ticketed without a police officer ever pulling you over. So what should you do? Before you even shift into drive, set your GPS playlist and calls in advance. Use full voice commands only. If something urgent comes up, pull over safely, completely off the road. The new laws are designed to eliminate gray areas. And unfortunately, "I was stopped" may no longer be a valid excuse. Because in 2026, even a second of distraction could cost you more than you think. If this surprised you, tell us honestly. Have you ever checked your phone at a red light? Drop a yes or never again in the comments. We put serious effort into breaking this down for you. So if you value staying informed and protected, hit subscribe. It's just one click, but it helps us keep you ahead of the law. Number 2, lower alcohol tolerance enforcement. For years, many drivers believed that having just one drink was harmless. But starting February 2026, enforcement around impaired driving is tightening, and that gray area is shrinking fast. Authorities are expanding random roadside screening, increasing mandatory breath testing, and strengthening zero-tolerance rules in more situations. That casual dinner drink before driving home, it may now carry much higher risk than you think. Here's the science behind it. Research consistently shows that even small amounts of alcohol can slow reaction time, reduce coordination, and impair judgment. You might feel completely fine. Steady hands, clear vision, confident thinking, but your brain processes information more slowly. And when a pedestrian steps off the curb unexpectedly, or traffic suddenly stops, those fractions of a second matter at highway speeds. A delayed reaction of even half a second can mean several extra meters before braking begins. What's changing in 2026 isn't just the law, it's the likelihood of getting caught. Increased checkpoints, mobile testing units, and faster roadside screening devices make enforcement more consistent. In many provinces, penalties can include immediate license suspension, vehicle impoundment, heavy fines, and insurance premium spikes. And once it's on your record, it doesn't disappear quickly. So what's the safest move? Plan ahead. If you're going out, arrange a designated driver, use rideshare, public transit, or simply stay overnight. Alcohol affects everyone differently based on body weight, food intake, and metabolism, which means guessing is a gamble. And in 2026, that gamble could cost you your freedom to drive. Be honest. Do you think one drink is safe to drive after? Comment safe or risky below. We spend hours researching and simplifying these updates for you. So if you appreciate staying ahead of the law, subscribe now. It's just one click, but it keeps you informed and protected. Number 3. Harsher speeding penalties in school and community zones. Speeding has always been illegal, but starting February 2026, the consequences for speeding in school zones, construction areas, and residential neighborhoods are becoming much more severe. And we're not talking about reckless racing. Even driving 10 to 15 kilometers per hour over the limit in certain designated zones could now trigger steeper fines, more demerit points, and faster license suspension thresholds. Why the crackdown? Because data consistently shows that lower speeds dramatically reduce fatality risks, especially for pedestrians. When a vehicle hits a pedestrian at 30 kilometers per hour, the survival rate is significantly higher than at 50 kilometers per hour. Those extra few kilometers per hour don't feel like much inside your car, but on impact, they make a life-changing difference. And here's what makes 2026 different. Enforcement is expanding. More provinces are increasing automated speed cameras, particularly in high-risk areas. These cameras operate daily, often without warning signs in close proximity. That moment, when you slightly accelerate after thinking you've passed a school zone, it might still count. Construction zones with reduced speed limits will also be monitored more consistently. Even if workers aren't visibly present at that exact moment, the safest strategy moving forward is simple but intentional. As soon as you see a zone warning sign, ease off the accelerator immediately. Use your vehicle's cruise control or speed alert features when possible. Build the habit of scanning for flashing lights, posted time restrictions, and temporary signage. Because in 2026, "I didn't notice the sign" won't protect you from the ticket or the insurance increase that follows. When it comes to community safety, even a small speed difference can have massive consequences. Quick question. Do you slow down immediately in school zones or gradually ease off? Comment instant brake or slow roll below. We carefully research every detail to keep you protected. So if you value that effort, tap subscribe. It's one simple click that helps us keep bringing you what matters. Number 4. Winter tire compliance crackdown. If you've ever thought all-season tires are good enough, 2026 might prove you wrong, legally and financially. Starting February 2026, enforcement around certified winter tires is expected to tighten in multiple provinces, especially in regions with heavy snowfall and icy conditions. And this isn't just about getting stuck in the snow. It's about liability, insurance, and responsibility. Here's what many drivers don't realize. Winter tires aren't just about tread depth. They're made with a special rubber compound that stays flexible in temperatures below 7°C. Once the temperature drops, all-season tires begin to harden, reducing grip dramatically. Studies show that winter tires can reduce stopping distance by up to 25–30% on icy roads compared to all-season tires. That difference could mean stopping safely or sliding straight through an intersection. In 2026, roadside checks and post-collision investigations may increasingly verify whether your vehicle was properly equipped for winter conditions. If you're involved in an accident without certified winter tires in a required area, insurance companies could reduce coverage or increase premiums. Some provinces are also considering higher fines for non-compliance during designated winter months. Picture this. It's early morning, roads look clear, but black ice hides beneath a thin layer of frost. You press the brakes, and instead of gripping, your car glides. Winter tires aren't about convenience. They're about control when you need it most. The smart move? Install winter tires before temperatures consistently drop below 7°C, not after the first snowfall. Book early, because once the rush begins, appointments fill up fast. In 2026, being prepared won't just be smart, it could be mandatory. Be honest, do you switch to winter tires every year? Comment, always ready, or I wait too long below. We put real effort into keeping you ahead of these changes, so if this helps you, hit subscribe. One click supports the work and keeps you informed. Number 5. Mandatory driver monitoring systems. Starting February 2026, many new vehicles sold in Canada will come equipped with advanced driver monitoring systems, and enforcement around these technologies is expected to increase. These systems aren't just fancy add-ons anymore. They actively track driver attention, fatigue, lane positioning, and steering patterns. In simple terms, your car is no longer just a machine. It's watching how you drive. Why is this happening? Because studies show that driver fatigue can impair performance as much as alcohol. Drowsy driving slows reaction time, reduces awareness, and increases the risk of drifting between lanes. Thousands of collisions each year are linked to tired or inattentive drivers. Monitoring systems use cameras and sensors to detect signs like prolonged eye closure, frequent lane departure, or erratic steering. In 2026, these alerts may carry more weight. Ignoring repeated warnings could potentially factor into accident investigations or insurance assessments. Some systems log data before and during collisions. That means, if a crash occurs, information about speed, braking, and even driver alertness may be retrievable. Imagine driving late at night after a long day. Your eyes feel heavy. The lane assist gently corrects your steering. A warning flashes, driver attention low. In the past, you might have brushed it off. But under new regulatory expectations, ignoring that signal could have consequences beyond just safety. So, what should you do? Treat these systems as partners, not annoyances. If you receive fatigue alerts, pull over and rest. Keep cameras unobstructed. Avoid disabling safety features. And when purchasing a new vehicle, understand exactly what monitoring technology is included. In 2026, safe driving won't just rely on your judgment. It may be digitally documented. Do you trust driver monitoring systems, or do they feel intrusive? Comment safety first, or too much control below. We invest serious time researching these updates for you. So if you appreciate that effort, subscribe now. One click keeps you protected and informed. Number 6. Aggressive driving. Crackdown. Starting February 2026, aggressive driving behaviors like tailgating, brake checking, weaving between lanes, and road rage gestures are expected to face much stricter enforcement. And unlike before, it won't just be about what a police officer sees in the moment. It could also involve video evidence, digital reporting, and expanded penalty structures. Here's why this matters. Research consistently shows that following too closely is one of the leading causes of rear-end collisions. When you tailgate, you eliminate your reaction buffer. If the vehicle in front brakes suddenly, you simply don't have enough space to respond safely. At highway speeds, even a 1-second gap is dangerously short. Now add emotion to the mix. Maybe someone cut you off. Maybe traffic is crawling. Your frustration builds, you inch closer to the bumper ahead to send the message. But in 2026, that small emotional reaction could result in serious consequences. Higher fines, more demerit points, and potential license review. Dash cams are becoming more common, and many insurance providers encourage their use. In disputes, recorded aggressive behavior may increasingly be used as evidence. That means your actions on the road could be replayed and analyzed long after the moment passes. Picture this: heavy traffic, someone merges late, and your instinct is to speed up and block them. Instead, imagine choosing to ease off the gas, breathe, and create space. That simple decision could prevent not just a collision but a costly penalty. The practical solution? Follow the 3-second rule in normal conditions and extend it during rain or snow. Stay emotionally detached from other drivers' mistakes. Remember, your goal isn't to win on the road. It's to arrive safely. In 2026, patience may become your most valuable driving skill. Be honest. Have you ever tailgated out of frustration? Comment guilty or cool and calm below. We put real effort into breaking this down clearly for you. So if this helps, subscribe today. It's just one click, but it supports the work behind every video. Number 7. Stricter rules for new and young drivers. If you have a teenager at home, or you're a new driver yourself, 2026 could bring some serious changes. Starting February 2026, provinces are expected to tighten graduated licensing rules, expand zero-tolerance policies, and increase monitoring for novice drivers. And the margin for error, it's getting smaller. Young and newly licensed drivers are statistically at higher risk of collisions, especially within their first 2 years on the road. Why? Limited experience, peer pressure, nighttime driving, and distractions all play a role. Because of this, stricter measures are being introduced to reduce preventable crashes. These updates may include lower demerit point thresholds, extended probation periods, stricter passenger limits, and expanded curfews. Some provinces are also increasing penalties for any presence of alcohol or drugs, even amounts that might be legally tolerated for fully licensed drivers. In simple terms, zero tolerance truly means zero. Imagine this scenario. A new driver gives two friends a ride home at night, slightly exceeds the speed limit, and gets pulled over. Under older rules, it might mean a warning or minor penalty. Under 2026 enforcement expectations, that same situation could result in immediate suspension. For parents, this also means increased responsibility. Insurance policies, liability exposure, and even vehicle access decisions become more important. Open conversations about rules and consequences are no longer optional, they're essential. So what's the smart move? New drivers should treat the first 2 years as a learning phase, not a freedom phase. Avoid late-night driving when possible. Limit passengers. Stick strictly to speed limits. And understand every restriction attached to your specific license class. Because in 2026, one small mistake for a new driver could have much bigger consequences than before. If you're a parent or new driver, tell us, are these rules too strict or necessary? Comment too much or safety first below. We spent hours researching these updates, so you don't have to. So if this helps, subscribe now. One simple click supports the effort behind every video. Number 8. Electric vehicle regulations tight. If you drive an electric vehicle, or you're planning to buy one, don't assume these 2026 driving law changes don't apply to you. In fact, new regulations are expanding specifically around electric vehicles, EVs, and many drivers have no idea what's coming. First, there's increased enforcement around pedestrian warning sound systems. EVs are naturally quiet, which makes them harder for pedestrians, especially children and visually impaired individuals, to detect. That's why newer regulations require functioning external sound systems at low speeds. Driving without a properly working system could result in penalties or failed inspections. Second, charging safety standards are becoming stricter. Improperly installed home charging units, unsafe extension use, or outdated electrical setups may trigger insurance issues if a fire or electrical fault occurs. In 2026, compliance documentation could become more important than ever. There's also growing attention on battery handling and transport rules. If an EV is involved in a collision, specific safety procedures must be followed due to potential battery fire risks. Ignoring post-accident guidelines could lead to legal or insurance complications. Picture this. You assume your EV automatically meets every standard, but a software update was missed. A safety system wasn't maintaining correctly in a routine inspection or accident review. That oversight suddenly becomes expensive. The smart approach: keep your vehicle's software fully updated, have charging equipment professionally installed and inspected, review manufacturer safety notices regularly, and never ignore recall notifications. Electric vehicles represent the future. But in 2026, that future comes with clearer accountability. Owning an EV won't shield you from regulations. In fact, it may require even greater awareness. EV owner or planning to go electric? Comment teams, EV, or sticking with gas below. We research every detail to keep you ahead of these changes. So if that matters to you, subscribe now. One click helps us keep delivering value-packed updates. Number 9. Real-time insurance reporting. One of the most overlooked changes coming in February 2026 isn't about roadside stops. It's about what happens after the ticket. New digital systems are expected to strengthen the connection between traffic enforcement databases and insurance providers. In simple terms, your violations may now reach your insurer faster than ever before. In the past, there was often a delay between receiving a ticket and seeing the impact on your insurance premium. But with improved data sharing systems, that window could shrink significantly. Speeding tickets, Distracted driving fines and license suspensions may be processed and reflected more quickly in your driver profile. Why does this matter? Because insurance companies calculate risk based on your driving history. Even one violation can shift you into a higher risk category. And once your premium increases, it may stay elevated for years. In 2026, that minor ticket might affect your wallet sooner than expected. Imagine this. You receive a distracted driving fine, assume it's handled, and move on. A few months later, instead of a gradual increase, you receive a sharp renewal notice reflecting immediate changes in your driving record. The financial impact could feel sudden and frustrating. The solution? Be proactive. Check your driving abstract periodically through your provincial system. Consider enrolling in a defensive driving course, which in some cases may reduce or offset premium increases. And most importantly, treat every ticket as more than just a fine. It's a long-term financial decision. In 2026, safe driving won't just protect your license, it could protect your monthly budget too. Has a ticket ever raised your insurance rates? Comment yes, learn the hard way, or not yet below. We put serious time into breaking this down clearly, so if you value that effort, subscribe today. One click supports the work behind every video. Number 10, lower demerit point threshold. Here's the change that could surprise the most drivers in 2026. The demerit point threshold for suspension may be lowered or enforced more aggressively in several provinces. That means you might need fewer violations than before to lose your license. Even temporarily, many drivers treat demerit points like background noise. You get a speeding ticket here, maybe a distracted driving fine there, and assume it's manageable. But demerit systems are cumulative. Points stack up quietly, and once you cross a specific limit, automatic penalties can kick in, including warning letters, mandatory driving courses, probation periods, or immediate suspension. In 2026, enforcement systems are becoming more automated and data-driven. Instead of delays or overlooked records, digital tracking ensures that once you hit the threshold, action happens quickly. There may be less room for discretion or informal warnings. Picture this. You receive 2 minor speeding tickets within a year. Months later, you're pulled over again for a rolling stop. Suddenly, you're over the limit. Instead of just paying another fine, you're facing a suspension notice in the mail. That means no commuting to work, no school drop-offs, no daily independence. At least temporarily, the smartest move. Know your current demerit point total. Many drivers don't check until it's too late. Access your driving record online through your provincial authority and review it regularly. If you're close to the limit, change your habits immediately. Slow down, eliminate distractions, and drive defensively at all times. In 2026, it's not just about avoiding one ticket. It's about protecting your long-term driving privilege. Quick check. Do you know how many demerit points are on your record right now? Comment, I know or I have no idea below. We put in serious effort to keep you informed and protected. So if this video helped you, subscribe now. It's just one click, but it helps us keep bringing you what truly matters. By now, one thing should be clear. The driving landscape in Canada is changing fast, from stricter distracted driving enforcement to lower suspension thresholds. From winter tire compliance to real-time insurance reporting, the rules in 2026 are designed to be tighter, smarter, and far less forgiving. And whether you're a new driver, an experienced commuter, or an EV owner, these updates could directly affect you. But here's the important perspective. These changes aren't just about punishment, they're about prevention. Road safety data continues to show that small driving behaviors, a quick glance at your phone, a few extra kilometers per hour, following too closely, can have life-changing consequences. The goal behind these laws is simple: reduce accidents, save lives, and increase accountability. The real question is, will you adapt early or react after a costly mistake? The good news is that staying ahead isn't complicated. Drive distraction-free, respect speed limits, install proper winter tires, monitor your demerit points, treat safety alerts seriously, and most importantly, shift your mindset from "I won't get caught" to "I won't take the risk." Because in 2026, enforcement is becoming more automated, more data-driven, and more immediate. The margin for error is shrinking, So take this as your early warning. Not a reason to panic, but a reason to prepare. A few smart habits today could protect your license, your finances, and even someone's life tomorrow. Drive smart, stay informed, and never underestimate the power of one responsible decision behind the wheel.